development today, we are going to look at interdisciplinary instruction. We're going to look at some of the benefits associated with interdisciplinary instruction, data available from interdisciplinary instruction, and research that supports interdisciplinary instruction. And we're going to also look at the definition, what is exactly interdisciplinary instruction. Okay, so let's get it in groups of 3 or 4, and let's think for a minute and share with your group one phrase that describes collaboration. So we later on we're gonna look in this professional development section that collaboration is essential for interdisciplinary instruction. So let's think about one phrase that describes interdisciplinary instruction and share it with your group. Okay, so does anyone want to share with me one phrase that describes collaboration for them? Yes, Ms. Macias. What describes collaboration for you?
Working together for a common goal.
Thank you, Ms. Macias. Yes, that's a great example, right, of a word that describes collaboration. We collaborate because we have something in common, something that we want to reach in common. Okay, so interdisciplinary instruction. So let's look at the objective and the goal for today's professional development. So the objective is to expose teachers to the benefits of interdisciplinary instruction and how it improves student achievement by making the learning process fun and engaging. And the goal is teachers will design interdisciplinary lessons to make learning relevant and meaningful, to increase student achievement. So about 4 or 5 weeks ago, we took a survey, and then a need assessment survey. On that survey, 80% of teachers agree that interdisciplinary instruction benefits all students. Only 13% don't agree with this statement, and 7% were neutral. Now, on that same need assessment survey that we took about 4 weeks ago, 87% of teachers agree that interdisciplinary instruction increases student achievement. Only 6% disagree and 7% are neutral. So based on this data, based on this assessment, student need assessment survey, most of us believe that interdisciplinary instruction doesn't only make learning meaningful and relevant, but it also increases student achievement, and therefore we want to learn a little bit more about it. So that's why I decided to do this presentation on interdisciplinary instruction. So what is exactly interdisciplinary instruction? Interdisciplinary instruction integrates more than one academic concept. Let me give you an example. A teacher teaching students the notes of a piano using math concepts such as fractions. So we know the fractions are everywhere in music, and one way again to integrate these two subjects, music and math, is to again teach students the notes of a piano using fraction, which is a concept in mathematics. Now, I am a math teacher, and many times I get it from students, this question: why do I have to learn this concept, Mr. Hovell, if I will never use it in real life? I get this question a lot. And then, why? Because some concepts in high school mathematics are abstract concepts, and they don't have a meaning to students unless you put a meaning behind it. And one way to do this is to integrate science into mathematics. And let me give you an example how I can do that. Well, how I do that in my classroom? Well, I use science concept when teaching math. For example, when I'm teaching students how to solve quadratic equations, either using factoring or using the quadratic formula, I attach that to motion. Why? Because motion is a concept in science that is looked more in science, especially in physics. But solving quadratics, giving students an equation and asking them to find the roots of it, don't have much meaning. But when you attach that to motion, then it gives them a different meaning, and students can see that motion is used everywhere. If you throw a ball on the air, that's a quadratic formula. That's the parabola that it creates, that has a quadratic equation. So they will see it as they will use it in real life. Now, how to integrate your discipline. So let's take 2 minutes to think, pair, and share how you would integrate your discipline with others to design effective cross-curriculum teaching. So let's take 2 minutes, please, and then we'll come back and I'll ask someone to share how they think they can integrate, or what discipline can they integrate to their own discipline. Okay, let's come back. So who wants to share with me what they think about? So Ms. Macias, how will you integrate your discipline with others to design effective cross-curriculum teaching?
For example, I am an English teacher. I plan to integrate history into English, and I will be asking my students to write an essay on what they're learning in their history class.
Thank you, Ms. Macias. Yes, that's a great way, right? So students are not only, so whatever they're learning in history, they're gonna come back and write about it in their English class. Now we're gonna create a group, a PLC group, and then we're not gonna start working today on integrating interdisciplinary instruction, but I want you guys to start thinking about what other discipline, what can you integrate your discipline to. For example, I'm a math teacher, and I think I can integrate science into math. It will be easy to integrate science or physics or chemistry. So what I want you to do is, I want you to get in groups of, 2, 3, or even 4, and start thinking what subject can you integrate your own subject. Alright, so what is interdisciplinary teaching and what does interdisciplinary teaching mean? So let's watch this quick video about what interdisciplinary instruction is and
Interdisciplinary teaching is a method, or set of methods, used to teach a unit across different curricular disciplines. For example, the 7th grade language arts, science and social studies teachers might work together to form an interdisciplinary unit on rivers. The local river system would be the unifying idea, but the English teacher would link it to language arts by studying river vocabulary and teaching students how to do a research report. The science teacher might teach children about the life systems that exist in the river, while the social studies teacher might help students research the local history and peoples who used the river for food and transport.
Okay, so now we've seen the definition of what interdisciplinary instruction is, and once again, collaboration is essential. It is impossible basically to have interdisciplinary teaching without collaboration from teachers. It also requires us to be enthusiastic about it. Again, you're going to be working with other teachers. because it is essential, again, to work with other teachers. There's no other way to do it. So we have to be enthusiastic about it. So alignment collaboration. So again, collaboration is the key on interdisciplinary instruction. And to design effective interdisciplinary instruction, teachers need to be on the same page. Teachers all have to agree on the, for example, they all have to get together and agree on the common concepts. For example, if in math and science, math and physics, what does math and physics have in common? Well, again, we can go back to the example I gave you earlier on. Well, math and physics shares quadratic functions. So now teachers still, math and physics teachers still have to get together to decide when is the best time to teach this concept, because they have to teach it at the same time. So the math teacher will be teaching how to solve quadratics, and the science teacher, physics teacher had to be teaching how to solve projectile motion problems. And it had to be done at the same time, so students can use what they're learning in math to solve problems in physics. Okay, so now let's look at some of the benefits of interdisciplinary instruction. So there are many benefits associated with interdisciplinary instruction, and one of them is that it deepens student learning. Yes, interdisciplinary instructions make learning more fun as well, and this makes it meaningful and relevant. Now, why interdisciplinary instruction? So let's watch this quick video about interdisciplinary instruction.
Hello, my name is Sue, and I am an engineer. But I'm in good company, so this is good. I'm also going to use a cliche, sorry, Lee, where we start to use Leonardo da Vinci again to talk about interdisciplinary thought. He did say that the best way, why would we mess with that? So study the art of science, study the science of art, develop your senses, learn how to see and realize that everything connects to everything else. So on that note, let's go to engineering. Traditional engineering really can be seen as a black box. So what I mean by that is that engineers will see a need, or a need will be brought to them, and then they will go and they'll define the problem according to criteria, and then they'll come back with a solution, and they'll provide the solution. The people who require the solution, or the people who are asking about this need, are rarely part of the process. But times are changing. So even mechanical engineers now have realized that we need to take in the voices of people who are not engineers and bring them as the solution, so that we can solve some of the challenges that we have today. And we need these ideas now to become part of the engineering curriculum. At this point, we're relying on individuals. We're relying on individuals to reach out and talk to people outside of engineering, and to engage with people. And we need to show students that there's a benefit to this right from day one. So what we need is the white box. The white box, we're talking about transparency. We're talking about how we need to take the tools of engineering, which is the process of engineering, out of the black box and engage people and show them that our processes can be worked with other people and that we can work on solutions together. So at its core, this comes down to respect.
So by looking at the video, we can see that interdisciplinary instruction is even necessary at a university level to make learning meaningful. Now, what is required for interdisciplinary instruction? So again, alignment, collaboration. Collaboration, one more time, is essential, is the key for effective interdisciplinary instruction. And for interdisciplinary instruction to be effective, teachers have to be proficient in multiple disciplines. So if I want to integrate science to math, I teach math, I gotta know science. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to correctly or efficiently integrate science into my subject. Are music and math related? Well, let's look at this video.
We're going to give these notes fractions. What if we're going to give these notes fractions? We'll start with this one. What kind of note is this? Half note. So if we were going to, just for kicks and giggles, what fraction might be? Yeah, we'll call this a half. Ooh, that's an interesting speed. All right, what about if we were going to give this one? What's the name of this note? Quarter note? Quarter note? What if we want to give this a fraction? What do you think? We should call it 1/4. Yeah, let's give this 1/4. Yeah, that's really sweet. Maybe I should write it down. And we're going to get rid of this one, so we're not going to talk about that one today. One is one way to write.
And not
A whole note.
2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6,
No.
7, 7.
What if we were going to add our fractions? Could we add these two fractions together right now?
Yes. That makes a dot. That would make a dot a half note. Say on half note.
What do you think?
It's on half note.
See right here, we have to think about our denominators. When we add fractions, our denominators have to be the same. Are these two denominators the same?
No, no. I don't.
No.